I saw someone in my gym today wearing a MAGA shirt. Actually, it was an ultra MAGA shirt, and I had the impulse to walk up to her and ask her what it meant, but I didn't get a chance to. But what it made me realize is that we need to bring back public shaming, because these people are out here way too comfortable.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, as you guys obviously have seen, over the past 5 weeks, I've kind of fell off my groove a little bit. I'm starting to get the engine going again now. It all started with what happened with Charlie Kirk, kind of threw me off a little bit. I wasn't really sure where to go from there, and it didn't feel right just to jump back into regular old libtard videos. As you can see though, many content creators jumped right back into the swing of things pretty quickly. I feel like I've pretty much got my groove back now. Time has been a little bit harder lately. I'll explain that to you guys in a future video, but it has been a little bit tougher to put together time to make videos on separate days. So now I'm in the position where I got to try and make multiple videos on one day and then just edit them on separate days. Either way, consistency should start to pick up again. It's really kind of unfortunate because on X, I've missed a lot of good clips. And unfortunately, either they've already been oversaturated on YouTube or it's just they're kind of already, gone behind. And I also have not even really jumped all over TikTok. I've not explored TikTok on my own in a few weeks now. So this weekend, I will be going into some of the caves and caverns that I know on TikTok, where I'm going to get some sources and some videos that nobody else really plays on YouTube. Once again, as usual, I do it quite a bit. I'm talking too much. Let's get into it.
Well, the military, they have to follow lawful orders only. Their oath is to the Constitution. Okay, who decides what's lawful and what's not? The government. Oops, your unlawful order. Oh, we just made that law, so now you have to follow it. Oh, my oath is to the Constitution. Oh, we got rid of that oath. Now your oath is to me. Take a new oath or leave. You guys are all like, oh, so I know so many veterans that are upset with this. I know a bunch that are very happy about what's happening. They are more than happy to be part of the new world order, the new way things that are going to be done. You people act like it's impossible for them to change this shit. They can change whatever are you not paying attention? They don't give a fuck about what the rules are. They don't give a fuck about how things have been. They want to do it their way. They don't give a shit. We're not even a year into this yet, people. I don't know how you're not grasping that they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want.
An angry man in my house? Are you out of your goddamn mind? What do you mean I spill something on the counter and you start screaming? Hey, you're not gonna wake up tomorrow. You're not. And I don't give a damn about my digital footprint digital footprint my asshole. Y'all can take my thumbprint, you can take my eye color and my blood type. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. An angry man in my house? You have lost brain cells I'm not sure will ever grow back. Do they grow back? Your IQ is at a solid room temp. Freezing, maybe.
Since they don't want to release the Epstein files, we can only assume that they're using this moment of masked men kidnapping people to kidnap women.
Well, what if your favorite politician is in the Epstein files? I don't have a favorite politician, you fucking freak! That's the issue! Ah! Arrest them, even if I did! Jesus! Why is that so hard to understand? Why is that so hard to understand?
So, some people may not like what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna be the one to say it. White people are the problem and the reason why the world is the way that it is. And if black people were in charge, life would be much more sustainable and satisfying. I say what I said.
Just so it's on my digital footprint, fuck Donald Trump, fuck this administration, fuck you if you agree with it, fuck you if you're silent, fuck you if you said something about Charlie Kirk, fuck you, just like fuck you, fuck off.
On the topic of the patriarchy, I can't stop thinking about this. Western religion has millions of people devoting their entire lives to a man, an omniscient being in the sky that claims via anecdotal text to have created life and created the world as we know it, when in real life, every day, women are creating eyeballs from scratch, brain stems, human beings. We are creating human beings with our bodies, and men still would prefer to worship a god, a male god, because he claims to have created life. We have no evidence that God created life, and yet women are not worshipped simply because we are women. I'm so done. I'm so done.
All right, hold on here. I know feminist is getting a little out of hand, but she actually used the word worshipped at the end. Like women should be worshipped. Are you claiming that women should be worshipped instead of God? It sounds to me like that's what she's actually questioning in her head. Like, hey, there's no evidence that God actually created life, yet there's also no evidence that he did not create life either, right? But then wants to take credit and says, well, because us women, we're the living proof right here. We create life, we create eyeballs, we create brain stems, we create spinal cords, all this good stuff. Yes, women are the oven that bakes the bread. Let's just take God out of the equation for a quick second here, and let's just bring it down to man and women. Now she's looking at it like, hey, women should be worshipped because we are the givers of life. We create life. Us men kind of play a part in that too, right? I mean, you guys cannot create life without the swimmers from the man. And I'm not sure if any of you liberals out there know this, but the man's swimmers also determines the sex of the baby. And what does that mean? A woman, if she was able to get pregnant on her own, mysteriously, cannot create a man without another man. Therefore, life cannot continue. You know, you feminists really need to get off of this high horse that you guys are on. You guys want to talk about misogyny. I watch a lot of videos every single day. Liberal videos. I see quite a bit of conservative videos as well. I don't really see as much misogynistic videos as I do super hyper feminist videos. But just to put it bluntly out there, you feminists are on your high horses. Without men, you are absolutely useless. As a being in the universe, completely useless. Just as a man is still pretty much well useless without a woman. We kind of need each other for life to continue. Men and women are supposed to get together and be fruitful, plentiful, and fruitful. Let's bring the God factor back in, how she's comparing woman, physical being, to God, God Almighty. And her main argument is, look, we can prove that women can create life, but what proof is there that God can create life? Well, open up your eyeballs and look around you. Look at everything. Look at the trees, look at the birds, look at the sky. Look at all the natural elements of the earth. It's all around you. The proof that you're looking for is in every single direction that you look in, that yes, God is the creator and the giver of life. Just as easy as you feminist women want to boast how you guys are the creator of life, you can just as easily take credit for 1 million deaths every single year in the United States of America. Because just as easily as you can create life, you seem to take it away pretty easily as well. There is several abortions that happen on a daily basis purely out of inconvenience. So if you guys are truly looking for why can't man worship woman, maybe stop murdering unborn children, and then we can talk about it.
Y'all are actually so dense. Y'all are like, y'all really believe that the Democrats are the reason that the government is shutting down when every single Democrat was at work and every Republican wasn't? They tried to keep it going, right? They tried to sign something. I don't fucking know. I'm not a fucking expert. But like, they tried. And then the Republicans said no. Because the Republicans love to blame the Democrats. And also every .gov website right now says that the left shut down the government. Who has complete control of the government right now? Not Democrats.
So I think the right needs to make up their mind already. Are undocumented citizens taking all your jobs and working really hard, and there's no jobs for you because they're taking them all? That means they work hard, right? Or are they lazy pieces of shit that are just taking all your benefits and sitting their fat asses at home? And are we the violent, radical left that is just, you gotta be scared of us because we're so violent and you need to take us down because we're so violent? Or are we like pussy little sensitive snowflakes? I'm not sure if we're being rebranded, but I need someone to let me know how I'm supposed to be acting because I'm confused.
I already checked. I woke up at 4 this morning to work out. And he's not in the obituaries. I'll check again tomorrow morning.
Let me do a quick recap for you. One political party now owns our voting system. Our president said he got rid of freedom of speech. Texas just invaded Illinois. Let that one sink in. And people in other countries are now unable to send mail to America. Oh, and grocery prices are still continuing to go up.
Frankly, I find it a little weird that so many of you are using your one shot at existence to rip families apart because of imaginary lines drawn on the ground, instead of focusing on the fact that we evolved from microbes at the bottom of the ocean and now we have to pay rent to live here. Go outside, stare at the stars, and try again.
Just to be clear, I don't blame Democrats at all for the shutdown. Now, the orange clown and his little dumplings, abso-freaking-lutely your fault, your blame.
They're going to prison. And if they're not going to go to prison, they're staying in office. This is something I've never understood. All of these people will go to prison after this, eventually. And all, unless we're going to pull a Joe Biden. I need it. They will all go to prison after this. And the person who tells me, just chill, it's just the next 4 years. Yes! That person, if you do the thought experiment, like, let's go through it together. 4 years is up. It's now time for someone else to run. In my opinion, the pendulum swings. The pendulum swings so far, like, what happens one way has to happen the other way. And so, unfortunately, in my opinion, I think Obama was the pendulum swing, which I didn't know that until I was doing the backwards, I was walking backwards from Trump, because I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, what was so progressive from Trump that made everybody go like, no. It was fucking Obama? Like, really? Okay. It's scary how conservative the US is, but hell yeah, okay. And so the pendulum swung the other way, and now we have Satan incarnate. And, Dude, that actually fucked me. Okay, so if a Joe Biden is not pulled, and we actually put him in prison, and everybody else, and the clown car, Stephen Miller, Steve Bannon, Pete Kingston, get them in prison! And, so they'll all rot, Trump like this. He's all pale because he can't get his jargons, you know? Anyway, wait, is that what? Okay, never mind. We all had that one self-tanner in high school, and it all came in the exact same bottle, and I think it was Jergens, but who cares, right? If they'll go to prison, Trump doesn't want to go to prison. That's why Trump ran a second time. And because he doesn't care about the country, he cares about him. He's like the most egotistical, which it's perfect. He's like the perfect US president. But especially astrologically speaking, it's really bizarre. But if anybody thought through, they would see that these guys obviously go to prison after. And if they didn't want to go to prison, they're going to do something to stay in. Period. And so Trump having a meeting with the fucking Democrats, and the Democrats sat in front of a desk full of hats that said Trump 2028, and they didn't fucking walk out. Sorry, they didn't walk out right there. They did nothing. They sat there and they had a civil discussion. What if you, it's the President of the United States? Yes! Jesus. Anyway.
What she's trying to get to here, of course, she's another one of these liberals that thinks that once Trump's term is done, they're all going to jail. Everybody, the whole cabinet's going to jail because everything they're doing right now is unconstitutional. Everything they're doing right now is illegal. Another one of those, without saying it, she didn't say it during the clip, but I'm sure she believes that Trump is a fascist, he's a dictator, he's, you know, a pedophile, he's all over the ups. Every smear job about Trump that exists, she obviously believes. And then these liberals always want to talk about the pendulum swing, right? You guys got to remember, to you liberals out there, you guys were in control for 12 out of the past 16 years before this Trump administration. Now it's swung on over this way. And if you guys are thinking that it's swinging back in 2028, you guys are dreaming. I've said it before, 12 years, at least 12 years. You guys would have to really cross your fingers and hope that Trump messes up something huge during this run. If not, the next Republican's getting in no matter what. Because whether you want to admit it or not, none of you liberals ever want to admit it, everything has improved, even with those scary tariffs. And you guys can keep gaslighting each other and fear-mongering each other that, oh, children are starving now because the parents are losing all their benefits. No, not true, hasn't happened. People are losing their health care, people are losing their Medicaid, people are losing their Social Security. No, once again, not true, hasn't happened. The only people that will be losing these benefits come December of 2026 would be people that are not eligible to be on it. If you're an able-bodied person who's just a lazy ass who wants to sit at home and drink beer and eat junk food off of SNAP benefits and welfare and have majority of your rent paid for you, those times are coming to an end. There's no reason why somebody should be out there working 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, busting their ass, busting their knuckles, working a hardcore physical job so you can stay home off of their tax dollars and live better than they do. But up until this point, has anybody been losing their benefits? Like all these liberals are out there gaslighting and fear-mongering? No. By December 2026, will some people be losing those benefits? Yes. The ones who deserve to lose those benefits. Is it gonna be the single mother at home with 3 children? Absolutely not. Is it gonna be somebody who's sitting at home with a disability? Absolutely not. Is it going to be that guy who's 26, 27 years old who just likes to smoke a lot of weed and dropped out of high school? He's got no disabilities, he's just a lazy shit? Yeah, that's the guy. But then to what she's saying, is the Trump administration going to be going to jail? No. She's also stating that that's the only reason he ran back for office, so he can avoid going to jail. No, I'm sorry. If Trump did not announce a second run, if he did not announce that, he would have never been indicted. He would have had no charges put on him. They would have just let Trump go on off, live in Mar-a-Lago, and just bugger the hell off. But since he was making a comeback, and he's the guy that swore to take down the deep state, he's the guy who swore to clear out the swamp, they needed to stop him. They tried lawfare, it didn't work. And you know, it's really funny because it's your Democrat Party that started this political warfare thing, this political lawfare thing. It's your party that started this. But now that you guys are getting a little taste of your own medicine, and rightfully so, oh, it's Trump. He's just going after his political opponents. It must all be part of his like Nazi, fascist, dictator, American Hitler thing that he's got going on, right?
I went out with my friends last night and I have a hoarse voice today from getting 3 inches from a maggot's face and screaming until I was spitting in his face that he was a racist piece of shit, all because he wanted me to feel bad for Charlie Kirk. That's the one thing, is don't put me around them folk. Don't put me around those rural white people, because I am very disrespectful. And for a second, I thought that I was going to find myself in handcuffs at the police station.
Coming from someone who's pretty much white, one thing I can honestly say, the only people who consistently don't tip me at work, white people. And you know what else? 90% of those white people have a gold Amex card. And you know what else? Those people have blonde hair. Or blue eyes, or both. That or a designer bag.
Good morning to everybody but Trump supporters! Fuck you! But good morning to everybody else.
Listen, I have a bachelor's degree, I have a master's degree, I'm pretty established in my career, but I am seriously considering going back to college to get a journalism degree, just so I can get into the White House press room and ask Caroline Leavitt why she's such a cunt.
I'm telling you right now that if your difference of opinion or different views is rooted in the subjugation, persecution, or oppression of a person or group of people, nah, dog. We're not friends. I don't respect you.
Oh, not too much on the billionaires. What if you became a billionaire? Oh, that's fucking easy. I simply wouldn't become a billionaire because no human should fucking have that amount of money. I would simply redistribute my fucking wealth to people who needed it.
So we have the GI robots and the One Piece flags, but do we have any other tank girls around on this app? Because Tank Girl also fought fascism. Grab your baseball bats, it's time to go.
Okay, because here's the thing. I understand. You're saying you're fresh out of MAGA. You're saying that you're sorry for the people that you've hurt because of the way that you voted. You're saying that you were manipulated, lied to, believed, and all the lie. Whatever the case is, right? And you want a purple revolution. Okay, I hear you. You've already heard us talk about you can't have a revolution without accountability, right? And part of that accountability has to do with the fact that we need to talk about the reason behind why y'all were so easily manipulated by that man. And it seems like y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all just want to skippity hop over it and just say, I'm sorry, oopsie, and let's come together. I'm still going to be red, you still be blue, but hey, let's be purple for a little bit so we can get them out because now they're hurting us. That's what it sounds like to me. So since it seems like a lot of y'all want to just say that you were bamboozled, beguiled, and brainwashed, we're going to talk about why it is that you were able to be so easily manipulated. First and foremost, you were not brainwashed. You were validated. Full stop. Trump did not hypnotize you. He just gave your racism, your misogyny, and your fear of equity a microphone and a flag. He made you feel righteous in your hate. Trump did not put the hate in you. He harvested it. He spoke the language of your privilege and of your fears. He didn't teach you racism and he didn't teach you misogyny. He just told you it was safe and okay not to hide it. So no, you were not brainwashed, you were not beguiled, you were not bamboozled. You were comfortable. And now we're seeing you come out because it's no longer comfortable for you. That's not cult rehab. That's guilt management. Because y'all were comfortable ignoring the pain of others, ignoring our warnings, our screams, ignoring kids in cages, ignoring police brutality, ignoring lynchings, book bannings, abortion bans. Y'all were comfortable and silent. But now that that same system has turned on you, now you want a revolution. You didn't wake up because you saw the truth. And I wouldn't even say that you're fully awake yet. You simply woke up because the system you built turned on you. Now that y'all are feeling the pain of it, suddenly it's we're all in this together. No. You don't get to skip the truth part of the healing process. You don't get to try to start a revolution while also pretending that your same revolution was not built on the blood of our people. Oh, and then you want to talk about we'll make sure that somebody represents the marginalized community. We'll put them in one of our leadership roles. Huh? Y'all, white men, should not be leading anything. If anything, you need to put your money where your mouth is and fund women of color, black women, so that we can lead and do it because we know how. The problem is that you haven't given us a reason to trust and believe in your so-called revolution because you fail to hold the mirror up to yourselves and face the fact that y'all were not manipulated. You were made comfortable in your racism. And that is why we don't trust you. That is why this revolution seems more like, oh no, I'm affected now. Let's come together. Because some of us have been out here fighting for our lives while y'all were cheering on the people holding the whip. Accountability means facing the part of you that liked that power. The part of you that felt protected by the lie. Accountability means that you being manipulated required you already believing that your comfort mattered more than someone else's existence. If you really want a revolution, start by dismantling the racism that made you easy to manipulate in the first place. It's not revolution. It's just the same white redemption story in a new outfit. A purple one.
Okay, so back on this Purple Revolution thing, she was actually in the last video, the Purple Revolution video. She's done 3 or 4 of these videos now, and she is truly sitting on her high horse. And what she's saying here is, you guys are claiming that you're sorry, you realize that you're wrong now, that you were brainwashed and you were hoodwinked, and now you want to make up for it and you want to come join us. But you guys, there's gonna have to be some accountability. Once again, to all of you liberals out there, please provide us some evidence of one person that's left MAGA that's saying, you know what, guys, I'm really sorry. I chose wrong. Just please accept me and I'll make it up. Like, you guys claim that there's all these people that are leaving MAGA, that MAGA's hemorrhaging voters right now. Yet, there's none. There's none of these videos. And I know this for myself because I went looking for them. And once again, they don't exist. And then she's got the nerve to bring up why you were so easily manipulated by that man. And I like her approach that she took though, saying, no, you weren't brainwashed, you were just validated. And then it got me thinking, have you guys noticed, since they really started boosting this white supremacy thing, and it's kind of flipped around where all of a sudden, now it really seems like there's a good chunk of Black people that are acting very racist, but also claiming at the same time that they can't be racist. And what we're really seeing, and she's an example right here, look how she's speaking to the camera. It sounds like what we would call Black supremacy. And she truly does kind of validate her point here, where she's talking about how you weren't brainwashed, that you were just validated to let your hate out. You were meant to feel that it's okay to let your hate out. Now let's flip that with the whole white supremacy thing. And now it seems like a lot of members from the Black community feel that it's okay to be racist towards white people. And then what you'll really notice is that racism is shunned in every corner, except when it's directed at a white person. It's even to the point where you have the white liberal women that have jumped on board with this. So if you're a white conservative man, it's like, damn, everything's pointing at you. And it's okay, because nobody shuns the white Christian nationalist, the white cis man Christian nationalist, having the finger pointed at him and all the blame put on him. That's okay now, because they feel validated. But even though she took this approach, again, which was a little bit of an intelligent and different approach, trying to say that we're not brainwashed, she doesn't see just how brainwashed she is. When anybody in 2025 still wants to bring up that it was okay to ignore children in cages, that Trump put kids in cages, guys, we already all know that was during the Obama administration. Yet, if you say this to a member of the Black community, a Black liberal, somebody who votes Democrat, you explain to them that, hey, no, that actually wasn't Trump. Those photos were from, what was it, 2014 or 2013? Before Trump was in office. That's when those pictures are from. Those children in cages. That was under Barack Obama. Try explaining that to a Black Democrat, and they will not give you the time of day. No, absolutely not. That belongs to the racist Donald J. Trump. Ignoring lynchings, ignoring book bans, ignoring abortion bans. There is no lynchings. I find it really funny how it's so hard for somebody from the Black community to believe that a Black person could hang themselves if they wanted to harm themselves. So this happened in early September, right? I believe his name was Trevon Reed, I believe. And that very same day, in a very close radius, there was also a young white man that was found hanging from a tree as well. Nobody spoke about him. How come it's so believable that the white man could do that to himself, but the Black man can't? Then we're talking about these book bannings. What books were being banned? How come you liberals never want to talk about that? You never want to mention what books they were. And then if you want to, you'll mention the titles. Let's talk about the context of these books. Yeah, those books needed to be banned. And then when it comes to your abortion bans and abortion limitations and whatnot, remember, that all goes state by state. That is not Trump. That is up to each state. You guys want to just keep putting that on Donald Trump. Okay, and then to fast forward through her ramblings of delusion here about, you guys have your regrets now, the system's turned on you, you did this to yourself, now you guys want to form a revolution, all that good stuff. Then she wants to jump in saying, white men can't lead this. You got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to fund a woman to lead, a woman of color. And the reason why, because we know how to. Can you guys explain that? How is it that all of a sudden Black women are the most equipped to lead? Is it because white liberal women think that's the case? Because I pointed it out before, if she's referring to the ever so famous 92% of black women that are arresting, you know, the 92% that came out and voted for Kamala Harris, I'm sorry, that's quite the opposite. That 92% is what's keeping you enslaved in the Democrat Party. That 92% is the reason why we got into this woke mess in the first place. It does not make sense with how terrible of a president that Joe Biden was and how god-awful of a vice president that Kamala Harris was, that nobody who voted Democrat even liked Kamala Harris until 107 days before election day, that 92% of them would come out in droves to vote for her. That makes absolutely no sense. It's like, you know what? The Democrat Party lies to you over and over and over. They always come on out talking about how they're going to fix up your communities, how they're going to make your communities safer, they're going to create more jobs, higher paying jobs, and then they get your vote once again, and they forget about you once again. And 4 years later, you guys all get together and vote for them once again. It sounds like a severe case of Stockholm Syndrome, and you guys just can't see it. So I'm sorry. To this 92% that this young lady here, I'm assuming this is who she's talking about, that this is why she thinks black women are built to lead. They've led you into Stockholm Syndrome and being slaves of the Democrat Party in the form of voters. And you know, I'll just say here in closing to this young delusional lady here, she has put together, that I've seen, 4 videos like this. Now keep in mind, guys, when I put together that Purple Revolution video, there was only 2 people that claimed to be MAGA or ex-Republicans that were joining, and they're the ones who started it. Basically, they're putting out the invite to people like her. But she, without doing any research, obviously, felt the need to jump in front of a camera and bitch at all of MAGA that we're not accepting you. She's under the impression that everybody's leaving. She did no research. If she just jumped on TikTok, jumped on X, looked around, she would have seen, hey, I'm struggling to find videos or confirmation of anybody leaving MAGA. Maybe I shouldn't put together multiple back-to-back-to-back videos, acting like I'm on some moral high ground, that I'm better than everybody else. When in reality, she's speaking to an empty room. There's nobody there listening, except for people like us that are having a good time and a good giggle about it. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this video. To my usual troopers that are here every single video, I thank you guys once again for sacrificing many minutes of your life that you will never, ever get back. I do truly appreciate it. You guys take care. I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys.
Y'all, I gotta tell you, it's not fun to be the friend who's letting everyone know the sky's falling. If you've got a friend who's a pattern recognizing machine, who seems to be like extra anxious about the state of the world, and they're letting you know the sky's falling, if they're saying, hey, are you paying attention? Because not only is the sky falling, there are structural reasons that the sky is no longer being held up. There are people financially benefiting from the slow breaking of that spot in the sky that's breaking right now in the pieces that are falling. The sky is literally falling over there already and coming down on human beings in real time. The sky is falling, and not only is the sky falling on purpose. The sky's falling because it was intended to. The sky is falling because the people are supposed to feel the pain of the sky fall without realizing it's gone until it's gone. If you have a friend that came out to you in the last few years and said, hey, I'm neurospicy, I'm on the spectrum with my brain somewhere in a different way, and I wanted to let you know, and you're going, I don't really know why you feel the need to tell me this. Because they need someone to understand that they're not being understood. If you have a friend who's letting you know that the sky is falling, and they want to talk about why the sky is falling, but also why you should care that the sky is falling, I'm letting you know, look up. Just take a minute. Just take a minute and pause. Whatever life-filling things that we're doing, I get that we need to do, and look up. And at least admit that you see that the sky is falling. Because I'm letting you know, as the friend who sees the cracks and the shards and the literal destruction below the areas the sky has done falled, apathy is the hardest part. Apathy is literally the hardest part. The fact that none of the people with Boy Bible are flipping tables like that. You want to walk like you walked, man. Flip the tables, man. It's time for apathy to stop. Just look up. Just look up.